This is not the time to give up the fight against cancer, and I sincerely hope that you'll join us.
I'm coming to you from the Jersey Shore here in Brielle, New Jersey. We are so excited, and so many people here across the country are joining us. So share in the live streaming experience. So like I said, start right now, the watch party below, and click that. We just want to hear from everyone coming to you from different communities, bring thousands of people together all over the country. We have people joining us from Mission Possible in Atlanta and Lifers for Relay in Green Bay. And I see Dan and Laura and Tricia, some of my colleagues right now. So that's wonderful. We also have some other shout outs. We have names and locations for Rosalind from Ohio and Richard from Vermont, Henrik all the way from Denmark. So we are so excited to have you with us. So thank you so much. We also want to keep our relay spirit going. You know, we wear our purple pride well, right? We want you to show us throughout the show with the hashtags Why You Relay and Relay USA. So hashtags Why You Relay and Relay USA. So we'll be monitoring Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram throughout the broadcast. So please be sure to stay engaged, snap a photo now, or post a memory from a past relay. And we'll share throughout the show because we want to see everyone coming together during this tough time. But like I said, we're not together, but we stand together. So we are so excited. We're not physically with you, but that you are with us here virtually. So while many relay events may not be taking place in the format that we are used to, your support is so vital. Cancer patients still need you. Cancer doesn't stop, and neither do we. Cancer patients need you. They need all of us. The needs of people facing cancer right now continue. It has not stopped. And so will the work of the American Cancer Society. We will continue to help cancer patients and their caregivers. Like I said, cancer hasn't stopped, and neither will we. So please donate now, because it's critical that our work continues for cancer patients during one of the toughest times of their lives. If you're watching on Facebook, you'll see a donate button on your screen. And if you're watching on YouTube, just follow the link in the comments to donate. All donations will go straight to Relay for Life. These are unprecedented times that we are living in, and it has been hard for everyone. We hope you and your loved ones are safe and healthy during this COVID-19 pandemic. We thank you for rolling with the changes this year and joining us virtually as we relay together. And we thank you for doing what you're doing to keep the relay events moving. Whether your event has been postponed or you're doing something virtually, we are all coming together. Your impact is making a difference on our mission. As we all figure out our new normal, one thing is for sure that remains the same: our relay determination, our relay community, our relay spirit is stronger than ever. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, tap that thumbs up right now. Come on, we want to see that. So right now, we have a very, very special guest for us joining us. Please welcome our American Cancer Society CEO, Gary Reedy. Hi there, Gary, there.
Hey, Desiree, I'm here. How are you doing?
Nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you and your family are doing well during this very, very challenging time. You know, what I was just saying, it really, truly is so uplifting to see so many of our dedicated and passionate relayers joining us from all over the country for Relay USA.
No, I tell you what, Desiree, it is it's absolutely terrific, and also I certainly hope you and your family are doing well. But this is a really, as you said, unprecedented time, but it's also a really special time. And the first thing I want to do is, this past week was the National Volunteer Week, so I want to thank everyone who's joining in today, all the relayers. I just want to thank you for all the volunteer work that you do for us. And to be honest, Desiree, I am amazed, but I'm also not amazed to see so many people joining in. You know, Relay for Life has been defining and driving the American Cancer Society mission for the last 35 years. And this is no different. You know, all the relayers that I know, as you said before, I mean, they're passionate, they're determined, they're courageous. And I think that today, through this virtual relay USA, that we are showing that even COVID-19 cannot stop Relay Nation. So give yourself a big applause, because you guys are absolutely terrific. And you have done so much to help cancer patients and survivors over the years. And as Desiree said, they need your help more now than ever, because cancer hasn't stopped and we haven't either. These patients, cancer patients today and survivors, are more vulnerable to the COVID-19 virus. So right now they need us. And your American Cancer Society is here. We are here 24/7, 365 to provide information, to provide resources, to provide support, both through cancer.org and also through our toll-free hotline that's available 24/7, 365, our toll-free number at 800-227-2345. So your American Cancer Society has remained here for patients and will be here for patients, just like the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. We've been fighting hard, both at the federal and the state level, to make sure that our cancer patients and survivors get the access to care that they need. Now, this pandemic has also created some pretty tough times for your American Cancer Society. But I want to tell you, we will prevail through this. Our mission is way too important to fail. So we will prevail, and hope will prevail. But we need you more now than ever. So I cannot thank you enough for continuing to stand with us in this fight. We stand in this fight against cancer even when we're apart. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to stand with us, your American Cancer Society. So I'll flip it back to you, Desiree.
Thanks so much, Gary. I mean, it really is incredible. We are nothing without our volunteers, and they are doing everything they can to help us through this COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm glad to hear you and your family are doing well. Thank you. Like you said, hope will prevail. Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
Yeah, as Gary just said, now more than ever, cancer patients and their families need our. We really appreciate Gary for joining us and taking the time with us today, and I'm glad he is safe. Want to give us some more shout outs, just letting you guys know we had Jimmy from Indiana. So keep them coming, people, folks, keep sending in your where you're coming from and where you're watching. We love seeing all these virtual watch parties. We have Rosalind from Ohio, we said. So just some great folks all across the country and even globally watching. As well. So thank you, Tom from Walla Walla, Washington, Carol from New York. So thank you. A lot of folks watching from my hometown, the Jersey Shore here in Brielle. So we really appreciate that. So thank you so much. As we're watching today, Relay for Life, be sure, as we said, to show your relay spirit. We want to see you snap a selfie, screen grab your virtual watch party, and show us your relay spirit. As we were saying, use the hashtags Relay USA on Twitter or Instagram. We're also using the hashtag YIRelay. So also, survivors, we want to hear from you. We have a lot to celebrate. Post a selfie on Instagram and use hashtag Relay USA. We'll feature it coming up throughout the show. So we see a lot of activity out there. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, welcome to our virtual Relay USA experience. I'm Desiree Behringer-Carton from the American Cancer Society. I'm coming to you live from Brielle, New Jersey at the Jersey Shore. So thank you for joining us. We have a lot of people tuning in, and we just love seeing them. So keep sending in your team photos, and we want to do some shout outs. So right now, we have a special message from Olympian and Team USA track and field member, Christian Coleman.
Hi, I'm Christian Coleman, member of Team USA and current 100-meter world champion, and I'm honored to join you guys today. I've had some pretty amazing moments on the track, but the life-saving work for Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society also deserves a medal. The money you have raised and will raise today is helping to provide critical support and services to cancer patients and their families, especially now. Like many of you, cancer has struck my family. It robbed me of the opportunity to meet two very special people, my paternal grandfather, John Allen Coleman, and my aunt, Ladidra Grant Barker. Sadly, cancer took them from us before I was born. When I found out the Olympics was postponed, I decided I was going to fight even harder to make sure our current situation is not a setback, but an opportunity. And I see the same fight in everyone involved in Relay for Life. I'm proud to be a part of this very special experience, and thank you for your timeless efforts in the fight against cancer. I won't forget what you're doing today, and neither will cancer patients and their families, survivors, and caregivers. You are giving hope to them all. Relay USA is an opportunity. Let's show the world what we're made of.
Thank you, Christian, for joining us in the Relay for Life movement and all that you do. We know this is a very difficult time, and while relay events may not be taking place in the format we are used to, your support is vital. Cancer patients need you today more than ever. They need you. So we really, really appreciate it. Cancer hasn't stopped. And like we said, they need your help. The needs of people facing cancer is right here. And the work of the American Cancer Society has not stopped. So please donate now, because it's critical that our work continues for cancer patients during one of the toughest times in their lives. If you're watching on Facebook, you'll see a donate button right there on your screen. So please hit that. If you're watching on YouTube, just follow the link in the comments to donate. All donations will go straight to the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. And we all know someone who's been touched by cancer, so you can help them right now. The needs have not stopped because of COVID-19 pandemic. They need your help. They need our help, and your donations will make a difference. So we invite your friends to join us right now. We want to see everyone from across the country. So we're really, really excited. Survivors are the heart and soul of every Relay for Life event. And we want to hear from you. So how has your relay impacted you during or after your cancer journey? How many years of survivorship are you celebrating? Share in the live stream right now in the comments now, and keep the posts coming using the hashtag RelayUSA on social media. Anyone out there fighting right now, whether you're a survivor from 1 day, 6 months to 30 years, we want to hear from you. We are sending you so many virtual hugs. So we are so happy, and you give us hope. This is why we do what we do here at the American Cancer Society. So we asked our Relay team to submit videos from survivors, and wow, did we get some incredible submissions. We can't share all of them with you right now, but here are just a few. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Ashley McCauley. 14 years ago, when I was a senior in college, I was diagnosed with cancer. It was a scary and uncertain time for me. And when I needed information, I found cancer.org, and the American Cancer Society was able to give me information, and they were able to give me hope.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dan Greeley. I'm team captain for Team Director Dan. I'm a cancer fighter, I'm a warrior, and most importantly, I'm a survivor.
I'm Lori Kahusky from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a 30-year colon cancer survivor.
Hi, I'm Lisa Brown, and I am a 3-time cancer survivor from 3 unrelated primary cancers. I am a 9-year melanoma survivor, a 7-year breast cancer survivor, and a 5-year leukemia survivor.
Hi, my name is Frank Fabrega. I'm a 17-year prostate cancer survivor and a volunteer with the American Cancer Society of over 20 years. During the past 20 years, I've had the opportunity to speak to cancer survivors and their caregivers, and they have one message for you today, to say thank you for all your hard work and fundraising, which supports the American Cancer Society. My home relay is in Orange County, California. Have a great relay season. Thank you.
Fantastic. It is so special. So we so appreciate all our survivors for doing the videos and the photos in advance. So we're excited about that. So now we want to take a look at, and want you to meet some of our longtime relayers who are dedicated to our mission.
I think everybody remembers the first time they've heard their diagnosis. I was in a car and got a call from my doctor actually telling me that Sam, we don't know how to tell you this, but you have cancer. It was those 3 words.
I think I was really in shock the first time they told me I had cancer, and I couldn't believe it because I was the healthiest I've ever been.
You don't even realize how fragile you are as a human until you experience something like this. You don't even realize the strength it takes to just take a step, the strength it takes to open your eyes, or even the strength it takes to understand a simple question like, would you like something to drink?
All I could think about was like, why me? What did I do to deserve this at such a young age? But after that kind of went away, it was more of, okay, I have to fight it because I have a family that is fighting for me. So I want to be able to fight for them as well.
A lot of people in this world do not know that kids like me can get cancer just like me.
But until you're at the point where you're literally looking death in the face, you don't understand like how precious life is.
When the days that you can't get out of bed and you're hurting and the pain is overwhelming, you remember the days of the Relay for Life.
The way things have changed since my diagnosis is my family and myself, we live for the moment. We live for today.
I've become such a fighter because of the cancer, and that sounds crazy, but it's changed me. I'm a different person. I'm stronger.
Cancer is a beast, but you can't touch me. I'm not finished yet. I have too much work to do here.
Two of those very special folks are with us here today. Cole Eicher was diagnosed with brain cancer at the very young age of 12 years old. As a youth relay volunteer, he's so grateful that so many have invested in his treatment plan. With his mom, Laura, our ACS colleague, they started #Gold Together. I know he's going to be talking about that in our interview, so we are so grateful for that. It's pretty exciting, so amazing to have a bigger impact for kids fighting cancer. And our second guest is Miral Katbi, a cancer survivor and founder of Illuminate, a technology dance troupe that first made its debut on America's Got Talent and has hit the ground running ever since on national TV shows and entertaining across the country. Pretty incredible. Hi, Cole, Miral, are you there?
Hi. Hello, I'm here.
So great to see you both. Thank you so much. Well, welcome to Relay USA. We're just so excited to meet you virtually. I wish it was in person, but that'll be for another day. I hope you both are doing well during this COVID-19 pandemic. Cole, we're going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your cancer journey. I know you've been a cancer survivor for a while, and I can't even imagine dealing with that as a child.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Relayers. I am currently a senior in high school and looking forward to attending college in the fall. My cancer journey started when I was 12 years old, and I was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, a type of brain cancer. It was in 6th grade during my cancer battle when I started surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy, and this was all a part of my treatment plan. I am so very thankful that people invested in research years ago because it has saved my life. Now I am using my efforts supporting with my #Gold Together initiative for childhood cancer, and it is a way for volunteers to create a team at their local Relay for Life events, which supports kids in their own communities.
You know what, Cole? I see you've got your Gold Together yellow shirt. I know purple is, the relay color, but gold, right, for pediatric cancer. You've done so much at a young age, and first of all, we're so glad you're doing well. And talk to us a little bit why Relay and the American Cancer Society is so important during your battle with cancer.
Well, first of all, Relay is fun for everyone. It doesn't, you just need to have a little fun when you're battling cancer. And for me, that really made a decision, a really great thing for me. And Relay also allows me to thank all my supporters in one place. And it's not just for 1 year, but it's for year after year. And this provides also a way for me to bring awareness to childhood cancer and also empower other kids who need the support greatly.
Well, you give so many kids hope and inspiration, and you have done so much for the fight against cancer. Just hang on, because we want to talk to you a little bit more about Gold Together. But we want to check in with Muriel. Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us. Talk to us a little bit about your cancer journey, and so we can find out a little bit more about you and why you decided to relay. So thank you.
So I'm actually a two-time cancer survivor. My first diagnosis was in 2001. I was diagnosed with sarcoma in my right hip, and I had 2 surgeries and about 6 weeks of radiation. And then about 12 years later, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, and this was because it was a secondary cancer. It was quite aggressive, and my prognosis wasn't too strong or too good, but I was very lucky to be able to go to MD Anderson in Houston to get treatments, and my sister was a 100% match for a stem cell transplant. So I did, I think, 4 rounds of chemotherapy, then the stem cell transplant. And I'm happy to say I'm again in remission. So I think I'm at my 2-year mark, which is a really big one, very exciting. And yeah, it's, there's so many countless people that are involved when cancer comes to your doorstep, from, your caregivers, family, friends. And so what people do when they donate is so important, because the donations help save lives, literally, with the funding and the research that it allows. It's so important.
We're so happy to hear that you're in remission, and you've been through a heck of a time. So thank you both for sharing your journey with us. I know you both have turned your cancer that really impact others. Can you tell us about that? We'll start with you, Cole, with Gold Together.
Yeah, definitely. I usually say that I believe that everyone can do something for kids fighting cancer, and that we need everyone to be a part of this and supporting this movement. I am very honored to partner with American Cancer Society because it brings national awareness to a very important cause.
That's fantastic. Muriel, and I know you have a program, hashtag Share Your Light, that you really want to give messages of hope and inspiration, to cancer patients and their families. And also you've been able to just bring so much joy through your Illuminate and your dance troupe. And, we've seen you guys, all over national TV shows. So tell us a little bit about that.
When I was on the road to recovery, I was still quite sick, and I didn't know if I would make it, because, we all know how difficult cancer is, and I was suffering. And people from around the world started sending me these video messages of love and light, and just telling me that they're there for me, even if they can't be with me, because I was in a similar situation where I couldn't really have people near me due to my low immune system. So those messages were so important to me, and a huge turning point. And so we created this art video piece that we're going to be releasing in May, about how people can share their love and light to help bring people out of difficulties and pain. There's so much pain that comes with a cancer diagnosis, or and many things that we suffer from, and sometimes just a video message could save a life. So we're trying to start a campaign where people share their love and light. So it's going to be a joint effort and a movement that we would love for you to join us in. And we hope to begin in May with the video release.
Honored. to be a part of it. And we both can't thank you. Well, we can't thank you both enough for all that you do in the fight against cancer. Thank you for sharing your story and for being with us today. We are just so honored to be with you guys. So thank you so much for everything. We really appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and good luck, Cole. He's going to University of South Florida. I know it's been a different kind of senior year, but I know you're coming to us from St. Petersburg. But yeah, enjoy your time in college next year. So it's exciting. Thank you both. Have a great afternoon, and thank you for all that you do. So it's pretty incredible, how they have turned their cancer experience into something that can impact others. And so we're so thankful for that with Gold Together, hashtag Gold Together, and hashtag Share Your Light. So more to come on all that. So we have so many people joining us from all across the country, even across the globe. So make sure you guys put in hashtag Relay USA or hashtag YIRelay. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear from you. We want you to post your virtual watch parties. We've got some folks coming in right now. From Mercy in California is a 7-year survivor. Congratulations, Mercy. Thanks for that, sharing that with us. Karen is a 10-year survivor, stage 3 brain cancer. Wow. Karen, we're so glad you're here with us, and thank you for putting that up there. Jamie lost her dad to pancreatic cancer and is now a thyroid cancer survivor herself. So many stories like this. We're so sorry about your father's passing, but so many of us know a friend, a loved one, our coworker affected by this terrible disease. And this is why the American Cancer Society needs your help now. So we are just so thankful for all of you guys joining us out there, your relay spirit, and joining and funding the fight against cancer and the life-saving mission of the American Cancer Society. So thank you guys again. So right now, we're going to go to our survivors and cancer patients, right? They're the most vulnerable group during this COVID-19, and we need your help fundraising with them. So we need you to go to relayforlife.org/donate, or you can donate here on Facebook right at the donate button. So that's really, really important. We want to know where our funds go when you donate to the American Cancer Society. We're in this fight together. We are continually updating our cancer.org and our social media channels with the latest information and guidance for cancer patients from our public health experts. Our National Cancer Information Center is available 24/7, even talk in different languages. You can call. They have Spanish-speaking bilingual specialists. Puede hablar en español. You can talk to them about cancer information, all the latest information that you need also about COVID. They are there 24/7, 365 days a year. We're also fundraising groundbreaking cancer research and clinical trials that can save cancer patients' lives, just like we talked with Cole and Morel, people like that, saving, or your loved ones, saving their lives. So we really, really need you to join us in the fight against cancer, because we need you right now. We have a very important message from a special guest. Sharon Osborne is a cancer survivor and a friend of the American Cancer Society and a big advocate for screening. Take a look.
Hello, Relay for Life. Sharon Osborne here. I'm so excited to be taking part in Relay USA. It's a strange time in the world right now. So to be part of such an important group coming together means so much to me. Some of you may not know, but I'm a colon cancer survivor, so being involved in the fight against cancer isn't just important to me, it's personal. I want to thank all you relayers for everything you do. Because of you, the money you raise, the hours you spend, the determination you have, the American Cancer Society is able to provide vital programs and services to everyone who needs them. And right now, when cancer patients are more vulnerable to this virus, it means even more, because cancer doesn't stop, and neither will we. And now it's survivor lap time. I'm ready to go with my purple shirt. I'd love all of you survivors out there to join me taking a lap. However you can, and everyone else get ready to cheer. So come on, guys, let's go for it. Love ya.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for your tremendous support and always championing our efforts to increase screening rates. And we hope one day we'll see you in person on the track. So right now we're calling all survivors. It's almost time to take the track. Put on your vintage survivor shirt and your survivor medal and your homemade survivor sash. We want to see our screens just turn purple. And the rest of our participants, we want you to get ready to cheer on our survivors. So if you're watching on Facebook, we really want you to tap the thumbs up or a heart to show our survivors some love. Do the heart because we want to show them a lot of love. But before we officially kick off our virtual survivor lap, one of the things we do at relays across the country is ask survivors to share the number of years of survivorship they're celebrating. And we've been asking you throughout the show. So keep with that tradition. Please leave a comment on the live stream if you are a survivor and let us know how many years, how many months, how many days of survivorship you are celebrating. Please share them on your social feeds right now using the hashtag RelayUSA. And throughout the show, we're going to try to put them up. And we want to celebrate you because you give us hope. You are the reason we are here and why we do what we do at the American Cancer Society. So we've been saying this year's relay will be different. The lap may be different than what we're all used to, but the strength of each of you and our survivors remains the same. So we are so excited. Whether you're walking around your living room, your treadmill, your backyard, around the block, we want to see you and share this moment with you. So please, no matter how or when you take your lap, make sure you share it with us. Post your photos and videos as you take your survivor lap using hashtag RelayUSA. So show us what your homemade survivor sashes look like. We want to see it. You guys are super creative and very innovative. And for our relay community, post words of encouragement and hope for our survivors and for everyone to see. Like I said, let's show them some virtual love. Show all of our survivors all that love that we want to give them. So now I'm going to welcome our longtime relay volunteer, Debbie McDonald, coming to us from Texas. Hi there, Debbie. She's here to help us lead our survivor lap live. How are you, Debbie? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Desiree. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for joining us. We are so honored to have you. How are you holding up in the pandemic?
Doing fine. I miss seeing my grandkids. I don't get to see them. We do some Zoom meetings, so I get to see them that way. I was supposed to take the lap today out on the track, but it's Texas and it's poured down rain just a few minutes ago with thunder and lightning, so I'll be doing it from my living room.
That's okay. You know what? We're just so happy you're joining us. I'm sorry you don't get to see the grandkids in person, but those Zoom calls, right? All this virtual stuff, even us doing this now, we're just so happy it's working and that, and I'm glad you guys are safe and healthy. Talk to us as you start your relay lap around the living room, and I'm glad you're inside and safe and not wet outside on the track. That's unpredictable too, right? The weather everywhere. We want to hear a little bit about your cancer journey. I understand you're a 24-year cervical cancer survivor, and you've been relaying for about 21 years.
Yes, that's correct. It took me a long time to even admit that I was a cancer survivor because with cervical cancer and getting my yearly testing done, it was so early on that it didn't require chemotherapy or radiation. Which I always associated that with what a cancer survivor was. So I never labeled myself as a cancer survivor until years later. My community manager and I were having a conversation, and I brought it up, and she goes, well, why don't you consider yourself a survivor? And I said, I went in for a procedure and then followed up for 5 years every 3 months until I got a bill of good health. I didn't have to do the chemotherapy and the radiation. So I thought people that are cancer survivors have to go through all of that. And she actually looked at me and she goes, you're the poster child for what early detection is all about. We need you on the front lines telling people to encourage them to go and get that testing done. It's not why we started relaying. We did that when my sister-in-law beat breast cancer, and then my mother-in-law had cancer, and I was one of her primary caregivers through all of it. And we've lost her now to cancer with her second battle, but she was my drive, my determination of why I do relay and why we'll always continue to do relay until we no longer have cancer in this world.
I'm sorry to hear about her passing, but as you said, we have to keep on fighting, and she's your why and your determination. I know you have some pretty innovative fundraising ideas. Talk to us. I know you're continuing to walk, but talk to us a little bit about that.
So I do a lot of baking, and people order from me all the time, all sorts of cakes and cupcakes and cookies. And I do a lot of canning, pickles, salsa, anything I can figure out how to can and put in a jar. I'll go set up at a farmer's market and sell my items. I have enough of a fan base now that I don't even have to go set up at the markets because they know how to get a hold of me, and I'll go meet up with them and sell my stuff. And I raise about $5,000 a year just by putting my talents to good use.
That's incredible. I mean, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Thank you. So, I know it's looking a little different for fundraising efforts, but I know you're still trying out there, making sure that everyone continues to support, Relay for Life during this pandemic.
Absolutely. We do virtual meetings with our event leadership team and our team captains. We're going to still go forward and plan on having a relay sometime this year. Just we want to make sure our community is healthy first, because without our community, then we're just kind of a bunch of people. So we put our community first and their needs. And once we get this COVID-19 behind us, then we'll go forward and have a relay so we can get all of our survivors together and honor them and let them do this lap with me.
Yeah, it does make a difference being in person together, because the emotional part of the survivor lap is just so moving and touching. But we have found a way, as we've been saying, even though we're apart, to stand together. And we're doing this virtually, and you're giving us so much hope and inspiration. So we want to send you lots of virtual hugs. We're so happy that you're healthy and you're well and your family's doing well, and that you're with us doing this today. So thank you for joining us. We want to make sure everyone shows Debbie all her some love and support. So make sure if you're on Facebook, hit the heart button right there and show Debbie some love. Thanks, Debbie, for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. Keep up the good work.
You too. Thank you. So like I said, show Debbie and all of our survivors some love and support. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, tap the thumbs up or the heart button to make sure you're giving them some likes. We've got a lot of folks coming from all over. We have Sarah Lynn, a 26-year survivor. That's incredible. Congratulations, Sarah Lynn. We have Lori, 42-year survivor. Wow. Congrats. Bernadette, 19 years, stage 3 breast cancer. Thank you for sharing those with us, and keep them coming because we want to hear from all of you guys. So thank you so much. Again, we've been saying it all the time, all throughout the broadcast. You are the reason we do what we do here at the American Cancer Society. And that's why fundraising is so important to fund the mission of the American Cancer Society, because cancer doesn't stop and neither do we. We want to highlight some of the more innovative ways we are all continuing to fund the mission. So share some of your fundraising tips in the comments so we can learn from each other and continue the fight against cancer. Many of our relay teams are crushing it. They're just doing so fantastic. They keep going even when we can't be together. So we want to give some special shout outs to our top 5 national teams. That's Becky's Bling team from Edwardsville, Glen Carbon, Illinois. Nucor Steel, Louisiana from St. James Parish, TPAC from Charlotte, Virginia, Nucor Steel from Decatur, Alabama, and ConocoPhillips from Eagles Ford, Karnes County, Texas. So let's show our top 5 some love. Tap the heart icon if you're watching on Facebook. We're giving you a virtual clap. So thank you so much. Thank you for all you do and joining our relay movement. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Joe Gillette, a Relay Hall of Famer and my friend across the bridge in New York, AKA Relay King. Hi there, Joe. Welcome.
Hi there, Desiree. Thank you so much. I am so thrilled and proud to be part of this broadcast today. I am coming to you live from the Relay Daddy Kitchen here in Brooklyn, New York. I have cooked up a couple of easy recipes of how we can all fundraise from the comfort of our home to support the mission of the American Cancer Society. First, if you are new to Relay or with us for the first time, You can donate right now and make an immediate impact in the fight against cancer by using the donate button in the top right corner of your screen. It's that simple, and we all thank you for any donation that you can make. Next, if you're already registered for Relay USA or another Relay event, it's time to set up your Facebook fundraiser. It's super easy. Just go to your Relay dashboard or mobile app and click Connect to Facebook, and let's see how many fundraisers we can set up by the end of the day. I challenge each of you to share your Relay Facebook fundraisers and to send emails and texts to your friends and family to let them know we are all still relaying and that the American Cancer Society and those impacted by cancer need their support now more than ever. Now for a little bit about my philosophy about fundraising in the virtual world. I've actually been doing it for years and have some simple guidelines for fun and success. First and foremost, I never apologize for fundraising to fight cancer. Instead, what I try to do is create interactive experiences online for my supporters that approach the ask in different and fun ways that engage them. Some examples are Facebook events like my virtual drive-in experience, my watch parties, virtual games like bingo and trivia, and chat time with Mark Flynn, all of which use participation fees as the means for collecting donations. I promise you that there is so much you can do when you harness your passion for Relay into creativity for fundraising. In addition to the numerous ACS resources available online to help you, I urge you to utilize the greatest resource available to all of us, and that is our fellow volunteers who, like me, are already fundraising virtually with great success. Last but not least, fundraise with your eyes open, and when possible, incorporate what's going on in the world around you into your fundraising. It will provide you with an endless pool of ideas and you will never hit the dreaded wall. The most important thing to remember is that every single thing you do, every fundraiser you hold, every donation you make, every dollar you secure makes a difference and impacts the lives of those in our communities affected by cancer. On behalf of Relay USA, this is Joe Gillette from Brooklyn, USA, thanking you for all you do. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Joe. I know you are in hard-hit New York and Brooklyn, and it's been so tough for everyone, so we can't thank you enough. And it is one thing that is constant, is that our Relay community, you and everyone, turns their passion into action, even during this crisis. So thank you, Joe, so much for everything.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. So over the last few days, we've had thousands of you join in our Facebook fundraising challenge. And we're really excited to say that in just 3 days, we've raised over $361,000. And I'm going to mention the top 5 fundraising folks. We have Sarah Brune, Teresa Hedges, Jennifer Bennett, David Lauer, and Andy Heil from that Facebook challenge. So thank you. We so appreciate you giving us so much support. So as we all know, and we've been saying it, cancer doesn't stop, and neither does the American Cancer Society. 4,950 people are diagnosed with cancer every day in the U.S. Just hear that statistic. It's frightening. In a few minutes, you'll hear from a panel of researchers, and you can ask them questions. So we want you to submit those now in the chat. That will help you understand what your fundraising supports and how your contributions are helping to save lives and funding groundbreaking research. We are all in this together, and this is our opportunity to come together as one big Relay community and fund the American Cancer Society's mission right now. So please donate if you can. Like I said, if you're watching on Facebook, simply press the Donate Now button right here on Facebook, or visit relayforlife.org/donate. And if you're already registered for Relay for Life, please use this time to ask your friends and family to support your individual and team Relay fundraising efforts. We need you. So I love seeing all the stories of why people relay. And did you know that there are relayers in 30 countries? That's 30 countries. We are global. Relay for Life is a global movement to end cancer. I know we have a few of them watching with us today, so we want to say hello to our friends in South Africa, Denmark, Norway, UK, Zimbabwe, Kenya, and Portugal, everywhere. So now let's hear for some of our global Relay for Life partners to see how they relay in their countries.
allemaal, waar maken alles groeien. Hier voor Stichting Tegen Kanker en Levensloopkring vanuit België. Go Relay! Woe!
Salut de la Fondation contre le cancer belge. Go Relay! Yeah!
Canada is proud to give hope to all people touched by cancer.
And celebrate life.
Go!
Go, Relay, go!
Mabuhay! From the Philippines. Go Relay! Go, go, go Relay!
Mabuhay! Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ang pagpapala ng Diyos ay sumaating. Go, go, go! Relay! Go, go, go! Relay! From the Philippines, Gregorio Oculto, Heroes of Hope 2016. Thank you!
Hello from the Singapore Cancer Society. We love Relay for Life.
Yay! My name is Ida Peter from Zambian Cancer Society. Go Relay! Yay!
It's now my pleasure to welcome two very special guests joining me in a conversation about the mission of the American Cancer Society to talk to us about groundbreaking research and how we are doing with cancer patients dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. It is my pleasure to welcome Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr. Len Lichtenfeld with the American Cancer Society and Alpa Patel, Senior Scientific Director in Epidemiology Research, also with the Society. Welcome. How are you guys?
Doing well, Desiree. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We're so honored to have you both here with us on Relay USA and taking the time on Saturday to be with us. So we want to remind folks, if you have questions, please send them in to our panel and we will be reading them on Facebook or YouTube. So send in your questions. We have them here for a few minutes and they are experts in their fields and they're incredible. So they have so much knowledge and we want to hear from them. So we're going to start with you, Alpa. Can you share more about what the American Cancer Society is doing in the cancer research space?
Yes. So it's probably one of the most exciting times to be in cancer research. I've been with the American Cancer Society for over 22 years in research, and I'm just so excited for what the future holds. Our research portfolio is absolutely amazing. It spans from basic science work, looking at how things work inside an individual cell, all the way through understanding the burden of cancer in populations and understanding where the needs are the greatest and how we can be the most effective in delivering the types of services and support that cancer patients need. The area that I work in is understanding about cancer risk and also how to help cancer survivors live long, healthy lives after a cancer diagnosis. So we really do cover that entire spectrum from basic discovery all the way through the translation and delivery of care.
Thank you for that perspective, Alpa. Dr. Len, I'd like to get to you and how is this COVID crisis impacting cancer patients, survivors, and their family? It's so tough. You're hearing stories that they can't even get to treatment.
Desiree has had an incredible impact on cancer patients and their families and those who love them. And first of all, I do want to say thank you to all of you for joining us and being with us on this very special occasion. COVID-19 is something that none of us have ever experienced, none of us ever want to experience, but here we are. And we've all had to work together to try to figure out the best way to deal with this pandemic. And unfortunately for some, it's meant interruptions in treatment, or it's meant that their doctors, their care teams have had to rethink how that treatment's provided. But here's what's most important. Cancer patients are especially vulnerable right now, but we have to remember we're going to go forward. And the resilience of our patients, our families, the people that work with us and the care teams providing that care, The resilience is what's so important. We are going to come out of this. We're figuring it out as we go, and hopefully the impact won't be severe. We're here. The Cancer Society, American Cancer Society, wants to get back to full strength, to full work, and back to the things that we know that we do that help patients get better.
Thank you, Dr. Len, for your insight there. We have some viewer questions for you both. Let's see. The first one is coming from Jennifer, and what is the most exciting thing on the horizon for cancer care?
I guess that's going to come to me. I've been in oncology for a long, long time, maybe too long. Well, not too long, but longer than I want to talk about. And the reality is I have never been, and I mean this sincerely, I've never been at a point in my career, in my life, where I've been so optimistic about opportunities. We have learned, and as Alpa mentioned a moment ago, we've learned so much about what makes a cancer cell, and we're beginning to take advantage of that knowledge, of that research, of that information to provide treatments that are so much better for patients with cancer. We're in a sense targeting. We're no longer, we still do have treatments, chemotherapy, but we also have so many targeted therapies. We know how we can intercept cancer at an earlier point in time. If we did what we already know works, we could make so much progress with that alone. And yet, even with that, we can do even better with the research and the new ideas that are coming forward. The American Cancer Society has been at the research program since 1946, over $4.8 billion, 49 Nobel Prize winners, thousands of researchers here and researchers around the world have benefited from what we have been able to do and continue to do. So cancer care is going to get more targeted, it's going to get more sophisticated, and hopefully it's going to get better. I'm looking forward to the day when cancer is a thing of the past, and I think we will get there, but we have to keep moving forward, and that's what's so important to remember.
I want to get to at least one more viewer question. I know we have for time. Kiana asked, how has COVID-19 impacted current research and will affect projects in the future?
I can start with a little bit and then ask Len to add in anything he'd like to. I run the Cancer Prevention Study 3 or CPS 3. And one of the things that we know is that, as Dr. Len mentioned, there is a critical need to address cancer patients today, but also a critical need to understand how COVID infection is going to potentially affect individuals in the future. So we have rapidly deployed tracking on COVID symptoms in studies like CPS3, where there's a lot of work in our research group trying to understand where the COVID and cancer burden is the greatest so that we can talk about capacity issues there. But unfortunately, the downside is that in many places and in many ways, it has slowed down our research. So we are eager to get back into the labs and get back into our offices so that we can continue to accelerate forward, making the discoveries that we need to make.
Yes.
And if I can just add on to that for very quickly, Desiree, in the interest of time, we've actually reached out to researchers we support around the country, and we received an incredible response from them. Their labs have been shut down, and that's the bottom line. Clinical trials for new drugs have been stopped, and the work that has to be done has been interrupted. Well, one of the things that sticks in my mind is a message from a researcher that came back during one of those surveys. They said, "We're here to advance cancer research. We're not going away. We need your help. We will never forget." And I think that's the message that all of us have to understand. All of us, patients, doctors, caregivers, people at the wonderful, terrific colleagues that we have at the American Cancer Society, we will not forget. We need to pick up. We need to move forward. And everyone is so committed. And we have to constantly keep that in the front, in front and center as we have these conversations.
Absolutely. One question I think for you, Dr. Len, what is the best thing to do to support your family members who are diagnosed right now during this crisis?
Take care of them as best you can. Cancer patients are especially vulnerable to COVID-19 in no small part because of treatment and immunosuppression, and those effects do last for a long time. keep your loved ones safe. Follow the recommendations, the hand washing, the social distancing, the masks. Take care of them. Make sure they have what they need. And quite honestly, keep them in contact with their care teams. Make sure their treatments are properly handled, that they're safe when they have to go to see the doctor. But be there to help, because they really need that help. They're one of the most vulnerable populations of everyone in COVID-19, and we want to see everyone come through this full of life and vigor and optimistic, with an opportunity to move forward and get the care that they so well deserve.
Good advice there, Dr. Lynn. That came to us from Jordan. One last question for you guys before we let you go. We could talk to you the entire program. It's just so fascinating listening to you guys. What made you guys get into cancer research? Interested in that? That would be for both of you.
I can jump in first. So when I was 14, I lost my grandfather to a glioblastoma, which is an aggressive type of brain cancer. And that was really when I first started volunteering for the American Cancer Society as a way to channel some of that negative and sad emotion of having lost him. And also what set me on the path that brought me where I am today.
And I have to share that the American Cancer Society gave me some small grants, summer grants, when I was a medical student in Philadelphia, that got me interested in cancer. And then I went to the National Cancer Institute. I have to say that I was once asked the question, and this is actually going back to the 1970s. And the bottom line is, back then we could not do much, if anything, to help patients with cancer. And feeling that void and understanding one can make a contribution, one can make a difference. And quite honestly, back then, a lot of it was holding hands and talking and helping people through a very difficult journey. That's what I wanted to do. And I've been fortunate to be part of seeing great things happen over the course of my career. Now at a point, as I mentioned before, things are happening that I never dreamed would happen. Diseases that we didn't have treatments for literally 40 years from when I started my career, 50 years actually. Today we have treatments in advanced disease such as melanoma, which we're not helping as many people as we need to help, but we're able to help over half the patients with advanced melanoma, where before we couldn't help anyone. Being part of that, a small part, making that contribution, and dealing with such incredibly wonderful people, you have no idea how much patients and families give back to their care teams. Through the difficult journeys they face, they make us stronger. And so for that, during the course of my career, I am incredibly grateful.
Well, we are incredibly grateful for both of you. Alpa and Dr. Len, thank you for joining us and giving us so much insight, and for all that you do. We have certainly come a long way, but like you said, we have a long way to go, and we need everyone to continue funding the mission. So we appreciate your time on this Saturday and joining us here at Relay USA. Thank you both.
And thank you
for having us.
Have a great afternoon. Thank you. So as you just heard, your fundraising helps support the critical mission of the American Cancer Society and fund groundbreaking research and clinical trials that can save lives. Your contributions are helping save lives, but you just heard them say the need continues and it will not stop. So please donate if you can. Please ask your friends and your family to support your individual and team Relay fundraising efforts. And after you've donated, we know you Relayers have a lot of positive energy to share, right? You have so many positive vibes, good energy out there. So let's see your purple Relay spirit. Keep posting your pictures and using the hashtag RelayUSA. Continue to post those pictures and videos from home as we share some of the best Purple Pride and at-home Relay campsites we've seen. We know the fundraising right now on Facebook. We want to get it up to 7,000, so keep them coming. So thank you so much. Now we have 2 Relayers who are spreading their hope and joy all over Relay Nation. Take a look.
My name is Amy, and my twin sister Vicky is a survivor of breast cancer. I just call myself a warrior. When my sister was first diagnosed with cancer, it was scary. It was, what do we do? I really wasn't scared so much as, okay, what next? What do we do? What's the game plan? And once I got cancer, I didn't realize how important Relay for Life was. You don't realize how important community is, and you're walking with other survivors, and it's like, yeah, hey, you know what, man? This cancer thing, we got this. So it's kind of neat. Relay for Life is more than just walking a track. It's a community, and it's support. It's support for everybody.
My favorite part is wearing the tutus. Yeah, it's got to be the tutus.
I love my tutus so much. I think they spread joy all around me. And we rent them at our relays to make money. We're fundraising for American Cancer Society, and every time I get a donation, I think a part of that's going to the research. To me, that's probably the most important reasons why I relay. Who knew that making tutus and renting them out could fund research for cancer? And hopefully someday that research will make cancer obsolete.
3 words to describe Relay for Life: community, fundraising, and tutus.
Yes.
That video. Joining us now are Vicki and Amy, aka the Tutu twins. Vicki is a cancer survivor, and Amy, her twin, and their mom were caregiver through it all. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
Good. Doing good. I'm Vicki. Got my survivor shirt on and my medals.
I love it. And I love the rainbow colored hair. And we love seeing those tutus. I mean, clearly Relay is part of your DNA. Why'd you join the movement?
Well, we actually got asked to join on a whim. A girlfriend called and said, hey, we need a ferry and you can wear a tutu. So we jumped on board in 2014, and it's been a wild ride ever since. Yes.
I mean, listen, fairies, rainbows, tutus, it's perfect, right? It's fun. And that's what Relay is all about, you know, having fun with your family members and your friends. How have you both continued to relay at home during this COVID crisis?
Well, we make tutus and we rent them out. And so we've been making tutus. So when we can actually get on the track and relay, we're going to rent them out, and we want everybody to wear a tutu because your nose does not look big in a tutu. It does not make your nose big at all.
I mean, listen, everyone looks good in a tutu. It's fun. It's fun. Tell us a little bit about what's the first thing you're going to do when you get to a relay in person.
Hug everyone. Everybody, I'm telling you, my first relay I get back to, I am going to hug the heck out of every single one of us. And we're going to rent tutu.
No more elbow bumping, huh? Or virtual five? No.
Not at all. It's definitely going to be a full out body hug. It's for us, relay became start out as friends, but then every relay we've gone to, they become our family. Yeah. And we do more than one relay.
How many relays do you do? And
this year we're trying to do 4. One in Ohio, one in Michigan, and a couple here in Indiana.
That's fantastic. And Vicki, you're feeling good. Everything's okay. I know your cancer journey was not easy. No journey ever is through cancer and this terrible disease.
That is true. Yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm 4 years out. I get my mammogram, and I'm really thankful for Relay for Life because it really helped me through my journey.
That's wonderful. And that's what we want to tell all the viewers watching today. You know, how Relay helped, how funding the American Cancer Society's mission is so important. You have any last thoughts?
Everybody get out, and as soon as we can, get out and relay and fundraise and donate, and please wear your tutus.
Good advice. And maybe some rainbow colored hair too, right?
Yes. Definitely.
It looks good on you guys. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and being part of the Relay community, and just brings so much fun and energy to it. And we love the tutus, and we're so glad you guys are doing well. So thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Love you guys. Donate.
Guys, sending you virtual and we can't wait to wear all those cute tutus. So thank you. Well, you heard them say, fundraising is so important to keep the mission going. And we want to give a challenge. We want to get that up on Facebook to $10,000. So come on, send in your donations. We are excited and we are so thankful for everyone donating and participating and joining the Relay movement. So now we're going to go to a husband and wife team from Cincinnati, Ohio. And they want to bring a little fun and sunshine into our lives. Take a look.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Hi Relayers, we're the newbies, and we're happy to be part of this event today. Keep fighting for cancer patients everywhere.
You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Thank you to the newbies for that awesome video. So if you're joining us today as a caregiver, we want to celebrate you as well. Any survivor would agree that our caregivers are heroes, taking them to appointments, advocating for answers, bring their favorite treat when they need a pick-me-up, or make sure they're resting and taking a nap when it is most needed. If you're joining us as a caregiver today, share in the live stream comments who you fight for and post your selfies to Instagram and Twitter using the hashtag RelayUSA. And everyone watching, give them a thumbs up or give them a heart icon to support our amazing caregivers. We are just so thankful. So if you're on Facebook, give them those thumbs up right now, on YouTube now. So please make sure you do that because the caregivers are so important and they really are the lifeline for cancer survivors going through this tough journey. So right now we want to take a look at a very special caregiver who is part of our Relay family from Johnson City, Tennessee. Take a look.
My father and my husband are the two best friends I've got. When they were diagnosed, the fear hit me that how could I lose both of my best friends at the same time? My dad was diagnosed 3.5 years ago with liver cancer. It was devastating because I didn't think anything could take my father down. They gave him 6 months to live, and he's still fighting every day. But in August, we found out that my husband had stage 3 colon cancer. It was very aggressive and very large, and very quickly we had to have surgery and start chemo. He had a long road to recovery. Chemo weeks were very hard. He was very sick and very weak during that time, and I would have to make sure that he knew that it was my job to do this. This was part of the vows that we gave.
She's my better half. She's special. She's the one who takes care of everything.
In the beginning, I really felt like I wasn't allowed to have any emotion. I felt like I needed to be the strong one that never showed that it hurt. And I feel like sometimes they need to see that emotion side, but also have the strength to get through it and have courage and do what needs to be done. Michael and my father have a great relationship. He became a father figure to Michael, and Michael gave him the son that he never had.
My father-in-law, that's my buddy. I love him tremendously.
I love them, and I couldn't find two people I'd rather go through this with, or two people I'd rather take care of than this. I did a team in the Relay for Life to honor my father and my husband. We've always participated, but I wanted to give them their own personal Relay for Life. My father has fought a good fight, but it is very obvious that the fight is almost over. So I know that this will be my last in honor of, and from this day forward will be in memory of. So him being there with me and him getting to see all he means to me, I can't think of anything more important right now in my life.
Well, right now we are so excited to welcome Michael and Brandy Sanchez. First of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry for your loss. It looked like you both had such a very special bond with your dad, and it's just so heartbreaking to lose a loved one to cancer, to any disease, but it's just so hard. How are you both doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing great. Can't
Staying
complain.
quarantined.
That's good. That's good. You're being safe. That's the most important, right?
Yeah.
Brandy, your caregiver story is so unique. As you said, the two most important people in your life were battling cancer at the same time. How has being a caregiver changed with the COVID-19 out there?
It's been really hard. His doctor has stopped anybody from coming in, so he has to do treatments by himself. At the doctor's appointments, he has to either call me on speakerphone or try to FaceTime just so I can hear what the doctor says. So it's been really difficult not to be able to be right by his side.
Yeah, that's really, really tough. Michael, can you share with us how you're doing right now?
Well, I'm doing fine. At the beginning of the year, my cancer spread, unfortunately. So we stopped the chemotherapy, and I'm now doing immunotherapy. So as of my last scan, all the tumors have stopped growing and they're stable right now. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good news that they've stopped growing. That we want to hear that. So it's working. That's good to hear. Brandy, you've been a part of Relay for Life for more than 10 years now. I mean, what inspires you to keep relaying?
When you go to those events, like cancer, I feel like just depletes everything from you. Like it makes you sad, makes you frustrated. But at those events, it's exciting and there's hope and there's community and there's love. And you get to celebrate those that have fought so hard and are still there walking. So that's why I'll probably always do it my whole life.
And how has it been different when, during the COVID-19 crisis to relay?
Well, it's hard trying to plan for the event because I'm not sure what the event's going to look like or where it's going to be or when it's going to be. So I've been trying to do my own things and get some stuff pre-planned so that when we finally can all be together, that it's ready just to go and have a good time with it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we are so glad that you're doing okay. I know it's not been easy with the loss of your father and dealing with, coronavirus and, changing the treatment form, but we're so glad you're both, doing well and surviving all this. And thank you for all that you do for relaying. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody donate.
Yes, that's one donate. Brandy, we'll have a special little treat for you in our audience. So we want you to take a look.
I mean, she's my best friend, She is my caregiver. She truly is the most caring person that I've ever met. She had to do a lot of things for me that I never thought anyone was gonna have to do for me. I just want to tell her that I see her hard work and I appreciate it.
So we would just want to give a shout out right now. It's a time for all survivors to give their caregivers shout out because they do so much. They are so critical in the cancer journey. So we are just so thankful for that. I know that video was just so sweet. So thank you for doing that. Make sure you tag your caregiver in the live stream comments and tap the heart icon on Facebook to show all the caregivers out there their love. You know, we want to show you how much we appreciate you. So thank you. So show them some love. So as you can see, we are all in this together. Survivors, caregivers, families, friends, community, co-workers, even strangers, right? Come together. This is our opportunity to come together as one big relay community and fund the American Cancer Society's mission right now and ensure that cancer patients and their caregivers will continue to receive the support they need. Just like Brandy and Michael right there, we just heard from them, especially now. Please donate if you can. Simply hit the donate button on Facebook or go to relayforlife.org/donate. As a reminder, 100% of the proceeds raised today go to Relay for Life to fight cancer. So please do that now. We need you more than ever. Cancer patients and their families need you more than ever. Coming up, we're going to have a very special Luminaria ceremony. It's going to be virtual. And if you have a bag already, take a picture of it and post it to Insta or Twitter. You know, I have mine ready to go right here. We're going to light it up. You know, Why I Relay for Pop-Up Dude and Tia Elma. Post it on Twitter using the hashtags Why I Relay or Instagram and Relay USA, those hashtags. You have helped us light up the virtual world with hope. And today we remember those loved ones that we have lost to cancer and honor our cancer survivors. If we were together in person right now, we would ask everyone to come together near the stage at Relay for Life event. We would turn down or turn off the lights and create that really sacred space together. So I'm going to ask you to do the same at home right now. I'm going to invite you to do that. So hopefully you're sitting in your home right now. You gather your family together, light a candle or, candles and turn off the lights around while we take a few moments together to remember, to honor and support our loved ones, those who have been affected by cancer. If you have your Luminaria bags or have made the makeshift bags like I made my makeshift bag, set those up right now. If you don't have one, head to our Relay Instagram or Facebook story, screenshot our virtual bag and decorate yours. To make sure to tag Relay for Life and use the hashtag Why I Relay and Relay USA when you upload on social media. We have all been touched in some way by cancer. It's what draws many of us together and why we pause in this sacred space together to remember and honor our loved ones. Tonight, cancer is our joint enemy right now, today, but we will not allow it to steal our joy. Cancer has robbed us of so many experiences, but it is not the label that defines us. Cancer has hurt us, but will not triumph. More than 30 years ago, a man had a vision, and his vision was of a world without cancer. Little did we know, Gordy Klatt knew that track that he ran in the darkness would soon transform into a field of brilliant luminaria, each one representing a name, a face, a smile, a treasured memory. And as each year passed, more people took to the track. The flickering light beckoned to the man and those who joined his journey. And in time, that one man's vision became a reality. Your support of the For Relay for Life movement and the American Cancer Society is creating hope and saving more lives. Whether your Luminaria tonight glows in honor or in memory of someone, please take pride in the fact that it also shines with the light of hope. You give us hope. This belief gives us courage. It gives us strength. It gives us hope. Our hope is not just for us here today, it is for everyone across the globe. We hope for a world without cancer. We might not know how long this will take, but we will see the advances that the American Cancer Society helps bring in research that will help prevent and detect the disease early every day. We see the lives that we are helping to improve. We've talked to them here today on this broadcast, on the show. Today, we remember that cancer cannot defeat us. Cancer does not win today. So remember that we will stand firm against darkness and shatter it with the power of our own light of life. This night is our night, and we stand together. So instead of a lap of silence, let me challenge you to take a few steps in the place you are joining us. Maybe walk around a space in your home, maybe walk around in your driveway or to the end of the street or to the mailbox. Let's see that. We want to see all the amazing luminarias coming in. We want to thank you for sharing them. Thank you for continuing to relay. So please continue to tag #RelayUSA in your Luminaria photos, and we will continue to share. You are a living hope. You give us reason to continue this fight against cancer. So we thank you so much, our Relay audience. We want to give you guys a round of applause, virtual hugs and virtual claps, because we love you. So thank you. Our Luminaria ceremony is always so touching and moving. So it is so my pleasure to welcome our next guest, Ian Locke, coming to us from North Carolina. Ian was diagnosed with a rare type of bone cancer at the young age of 16. He's a longtime relayer and a ACS CAN volunteer. Hi there, Ian. Are you there?
I am. And unfortunately, our coworkers and our fellow relayers have changed a lot lately, so I had to recruit kind of an unwilling participant this year, but he came nonetheless.
Well, that's fantastic. I love it. Talk to us a little bit about, how did you get involved? Tell us a little bit first about your cancer journey. I hope you just participated in that Relay Luminaria, because I know it's very moving. I know it's a different space this year that we're all doing this virtually, or some of our events have been postponed, but you've been a longtime relayer. And so tell us a little bit about your cancer journey and how did you get involved with Relay?
Yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 16, and kind of, as Cole mentioned before, like a lot happens in high school. You get ready for college, you kind of think about classes and AP credits, and for me, I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, a rare form of bone cancer. And in that moment, everything changes. It goes from like, what am I going to do for college? Where am I going to go? Am I going to go out of state? Am I going to stay in state? And it really changes to be like, okay, like let's get through this day, let's get through this week. And you really just try to take control of whatever you can. And that's kind of what brought me to Relay, is taking back some of that control.
Yeah, that's so true. Do you do Bark for Life with your dog? What's your dog's name, by the way?
This is Odie. He has not done a Bark for Life for me yet. We're more recent companions than my Bark for Life experiences, but I will find one and we will do one.
Yeah, he looks so cute with his little sash and Relay shirt. So thanks for getting them all decked out.
Of course.
That's awesome. So talk to us a little bit about how you got involved with ACS CAN, and you're a big advocate.
Yeah, so my first Relay experience was with my local Relay for Life. And I kind of found this community of incredibly passionate individuals who could be really excited about something that was a really horrible part of all of our lives. And it was through that event that I got connected with a coworker of my mom's who invited us to become part of ACS CAN. And at first, I was a high schooler thinking about getting involved in politics, and I just didn't know where I would start. And I didn't know like what I could do, especially as like a high school cancer survivor with I had barely taken AP biology. And so like, what did I have to add to that conversation? And it was through ACS CAN that I really got to know about like what it means to have a story and what it means to have an experience with cancer. And you don't need to know the ins and outs of your experience, because your experience is your own, and the way that you experience it is just as important, if not more important, than all of the voices that we have otherwise coming from research and medicine talking about prevention and treatment.
Well, we certainly want your voice to be heard, and you have done such a wonderful job at such a young age, making sure that people understand about, early detection and cancer prevention and funding cancer research. What do you want people to know, especially at this time during the COVID crisis?
Yeah, so, I think that this is a time when there's so much uncertainty. There's kind of everybody is experiencing what cancer patients go through every day, the isolation, the financial struggles, just the uncertainty about what is going to happen. And kind of I took control over my uncertainty by becoming a researcher and now doing my PhD in molecular cancer biology. And so that's kind of how I took control of day to day, like what is the kind of impact that I want to make on the experience of other cancer patients. And I think during COVID-19, it's just showing all of us that like we can have an impact, and we need to have an impact, because there are too many people out there who don't understand what it's like to be a cancer patient and the kind of work that they can do to support cancer patients in the community, especially during these times.
Yeah, listen, you're certainly, helping some people. You've it on the cancer survivor side. Now you are working as a researcher and also, making sure your voice is heard with this very important message. So we can't thank you enough. And thank you for your cute pup joining us too.
Yeah, I apologize. He was trying to get a ball from behind the camera for a second there, but I think the crisis was managed.
That's the beauty.
Experiences of working from home.
Yes, and these virtual events and those Zoom calls or the FaceTime, it's okay. So I got two rescues outside as well. Well, thank you so much, Ian. So well said, and thank you for everything.
Yes, thank you for having me. And join ACS CAN, donate to your local Relay for Life, do what you can, because everything, especially now, helps.
Absolutely. Well said, my friend. Thank you so much. Have a great Saturday.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye-bye. So as you just heard Ian say, the mission of the American Cancer Society is clear: to save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight for a world without cancer. So we need you now more than ever. We need your funding to fund cancer patients and their families. So think with me for a minute and give us a virtual thumbs up if I say something that applies to you. So give us a thumbs up if you or a family member has received a free ride to their cancer treatment appointments through the American Cancer Society Free Road to Recovery program. Thumbs up. I've had family members and loved ones. Or stayed at an American Cancer Society Hope Lodge facility for free, or used our hotel partners program while receiving treatment away from home. I'm giving a thumbs up too. Give us a thumbs up if you or a family member has ever taken the drugs tamoxifen or Gleevec. Give us a thumbs up. If you've ever had a colonoscopy, what about a mammogram or a Pap test? Give us a thumbs up if you've ever called the American Cancer Society or family members called our 24/7 cancer helpline at 1-800-227-2345 for support, or have gone to our website, cancer.org, to get information. Free information there in Espanol, too. Give a thumbs up. How many of you enjoy smoke-free restaurants and indoor places? Well, obviously not right now because we're all quarantined, but, I'm sure you guys have prior, right? Give us a thumbs up. How many times did you give a thumbs up? Think about that. I give thumbs up for all of those. You have and are continuing to make a difference, and we cannot do this without you. Even during this difficult time, cancer won't stop, and neither will we. We will continue to stand together to save lives, even when we're apart. We are currently, we're doing this Facebook challenge. We are updated right now. We're over $8,700. We want to get to 10,000. We want to get to 20,000. Come on, we need your donation. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have one more friend of the American Cancer Society who is part of our Coaches versus Cancer crew, and he wanted to give a very special shout out to all of you.
Hi, I'm Phil Martelli, Associate Head Basketball Coach at the University of Michigan. In today's world, in today's environment, we're all uncertain. We are all anxious. We're all worried about what we don't have. But what we have is much more powerful. We have you. We have the fight. We have the desire. We have the purpose to crush cancer. Your efforts today will change the world because we will live in a better place when we eliminate cancer. Make your small gestures. Pull somebody along with you. But understand this. Together, we will come out of the crisis that we're in. And together, we will crush cancer.
That you do. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast. We have laughed. We have cried. We've received so much hope from all of you. We are motivated. We're so motivated and determined to make sure we continue to help all the survivors and caregivers who are battling this disease. We have seen your beautiful pictures and videos of your loved ones and our survivors. And you really know how to spread hope and light in your neighborhood with your fun decorations and joy, so much joy during this very challenging time that our country is going through the whole globe. This has been a memorable year and an experience we will soon not forget. So we have raised so much tonight during our Facebook event here. We have raised close to $8,900. We wanted to 10,000 through our Facebook challenge. Through that 3-day, we hit over $361,000. So please keep them coming, and we want you to make sure you donate. Even more you can do through YouTube and your individual fundraising efforts. You can go to relayforlife.org and /donate. You can do it here on Facebook. All of this is so incredible, and we are so incredibly grateful. Thank you for your commitment to the fight against cancer during these unprecedented times. Our fight is not over, and we need your continued support. So relayers, don't stop now. Grab your loved ones, your family, and your friends, and make sure they donate and fund the mission. We'd love to hear from you and get your feedback on tonight's event. Please take a few minutes and visit relayforlife.org/survey or click the link in the comments to give us your feedback. We so appreciate it, and we are so thankful for you. On behalf of Relay USA, I'd like to thank all the teams, the survivors, the caregivers, and the participants who came together to make this event today such a success. Together, we are helping the American Cancer Society deliver on its mission to lead the fight for a world without cancer. We have one last special performance as we conclude our program. A contestant from NBC's The Voice last season. It's a special song written about his mother who passed away from breast cancer last year. If you have not put in your donation, I hope you do so while you listen to this very special song. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. Thank you for relaying with us. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
My name's Mendeleev. I wrote this song about my mother who passed away from breast cancer a year ago this May. It's called Show Me the Way Home. Left me with my heritage. You left me to go, calling out to my ancestors to show me the way home. The the stars are starting to look familiar, becoming constellations. Illuminate my path to show me the way home. Show me the way home. You're gone, Caledonia to stay. Feels right to sing, but it hurts to say. Still hurts to say. You're the red in my blood, you're the blue in my veins. After all is gone, the purple remains. Yeah, the purple remains. Show me the way, show me the way home. There's a rhythm in my heart. There's a song in my throat. There are words in my head with only one way to go. Show me the way, show me the way home. Cool.